Alright guys, I told you I was going to be making a final video finalizing the last of my journey here, getting off the dope, getting off the methadone, and relaxing over here in Florida. I told you I was going to make a video of me pouring out the last of my syrup, the last of my methadone sulfate. I'm going to do that right now. I'm going to be honest with you guys. It was very hard, not as physically difficult as I expected, but mentally it was about 2-3 times harder than I expected. Like, mentally it was a bitch. And you know what, I'm going to sit here and talk for a bit because this is my last video for the methadone withdrawal, and I'm high as shit right now, and I don't feel any bit of opiate withdrawal. And you know what? It's only been 21 days. And you know what? I'm no doctor. And I'm no advocate for benzodiazepine use, Seroquel use, constant marijuana use like I do. I'm a unique individual. I'm no snowflake, but I'm a unique motherfucker. Okay? And what worked for me is what worked for me. And I'm just telling you from experience that water and marijuana are the key. Preferably high grade, highly concentrated marijuana, because you're going to need a lot to numb up your body for what you're going to put it through. And I'm gonna be honest with you guys and say that the benzo use was a mistake. That's my dryer going off. Yeah, the benzo use for the most part was a mistake. Besides a few nights where it just helped me sleep, in reality, the benzos just dehydrated me, and it really messed with my nerves in my stomach. Like, I remember one day I just got physically ill from taking too many benzos and then not taking them. Like, I wasn't used to being a benzo addict, and my body decided I was a benzo addict, and it made me physically ill. And I called the nurse. I called an advice nurse, and I asked him, I was like, yo, like, it feels like I got kicked in the stomach or something. Like, it hurts right now. And she was like, go to the hospital right away. And I was like, fuck you, bitch, I'm not listening to you. First off, you gotta be a really special motherfucker to give me medical advice and have me listening to you. But other than that, I want to go on a walk and get the last of my syrup after I load up a bowl of marijuana. So, let's do that. Got myself a little grinder right here, guys. And look, motherfuckers, not everybody is going to be able to smoke ounces of marijuana in a short period of time to deal with the problems. You got to be conditioned. The average housewife that is fucking popping quaaludes and having sex with a neighbor can probably take about 2 puffs of marijuana and be good for 6 hours. Low grade, mid grade, high grade, it don't really matter. The medicine doesn't take that much for effect, but for you to have benefit from the pain relieving effects, you're going to have to smoke concentrated amounts. You may have to ingest you may have to ingest this type of shit through your mouth. And that's when you start delving into the Delta 11 THC instead of the Delta 9. And believe me, you don't want to fuck with the Delta 11s. You might see I remember the first time I overdosed, I overtook my edible. The fucking walls started bleeding like I was on acid. It was some wild shit, man. Like, it was like some it was some life-changing shit, man. It's like, yeah, got this bad boy there. Here, got the marijuanas. And I'm doing this right now, not to show off to you, but just to show you what a large majority of my life takes place in outdoor areas like my backyard, my garage, basements, where I'm either preparing a joint or I am going to be smoking a joint right now. Alright. So, I'm going to go get this syrup now. Alright, there we go. I'm going to get up and get that shit. Alright, yeah, the only reason I have a hood on is it's winter. And I know it's Florida, but it still gets cold in the winter time. It gets cold anywhere in the United States during winter time, believe it or not. And you know what? It's not even winter yet. It's actually, winter doesn't officially start until like the 23rd of December, I believe. Hold on, I'm gonna go into the darkness. Go into the darkness. Where's this shit? There it is. Got that shit now. And the chosen one becomes illuminated in the kitchen. No, we're just gonna do it right here, boys. Oof. Oof. It's got that CO2 release too. Like there's been some shit growing in there from my mouth. They don't smell too bad. Yeah. Well, there you go, guys. It's done. It's done, boys and girls. Now I'm going to sit down and talk to you about tips and tricks on how to get off of heroin, get off the H, get off the tar, get off the Roxys, get off the bags. Got those bags of hair on. While I smoke some dude, and how marijuana is a catalyst in opiate effect. Alright? So, first things first, I'm gonna spark up the old doober, the Build Duber pipe? Alright. So I'm thinking about giving all my family members bags of weed for Christmas since it became recreationally legal out here where I'm from. So yeah, I think that'll be a funny gag since like we basically have unlimited amounts of weed in California. Give it away as gifts, and hopefully some of your more uptight family members and friends start smoking under the pressures of their corporate and public service. So, let's smoke one more. Oh, since I'm smoking pot, let's talk about political shit. Do I like Bernie Sanders? Yeah, he seems like a cool idea, but I secretly wanted Trump to win so that the United States could get worked over and then grow to become a better and bigger entity. But it seems like that Trump getting into office is some sort of like super fraud perpetrated by the Democrats to increase taxes and increase the income of the super wealthy Democrat wannabe Black Lives Matter folk that the wannabe that care about minority Democrat folk. I'm a Republican. I'm a conservative. That shit that's going on in France is going on because of an increase because of too much taxes. Too much taxes. Same shit that happened to us during the Boston Tea Party. Fucking English people wanted to levy a tax on us by like a minuscule amount on tea. And we were like, fuck you motherfuckers. And you know what? Paris, France in general, Europe in general is extremely taxed. Extremely. And finally, people are revolting. You know? Like, not everybody, just because everybody on your Facebook seems like they're Democrats, they're just doing that because they want to fit in. Like, they think they're Democrats because they've been told that Republicans don't give a fuck about poor people and don't give a shit about minorities. But the reality is, the majority of people don't give a fuck about poor people, and the majority of people don't give a fuck about minorities, and either political party is guilty of that type of shit. I think it is a person that is morally poor and poor in character that doesn't go beyond himself to help out a homeless person and feed them or just do something kind, like give a homeless person a care package, you know? Because it just sometimes it feels good to do things up for yourself other than for yourself. Some people are greedy fucking pieces of shit. And let me smoke some more. So, I would highly suggest a 12-step program. Networking socially. And getting outside, getting sunlight. Sunlight is so important. Sunlight is highly overrated. Marijuana is highly underrated. Actually, sunlight is highly underrated. Marijuana is highly underrated, even though it's already overrated. Some people's opinions. So, sunlight. Get some. Marijuana. Get some. purified water, alkaline water that's been through a purifier, some sort of charcoal purifier. I swear to God, I was 9 pounds dehydrated. I was 9 pounds underweight, dehydrated. And I'm giving you a conservative number. It could be like more like 12. This opiate withdrawal shit is serious. My best advice to you folks that can't seem to get away from the dope. First things first, ditch that fucking hoe bitch that you're with. Ditch that fucking little hooker bitch that steals everything. And start jerking off for a bit. Get off the dope and start jerking off, kid. The fucking second, move. You know what? Your personality and your problems are going to follow you to your new place. But hey, you may have a personality where it's really hard for you to get dope unless you really, really, really know the people. And that was a personality that I had. When I moved to New Jersey, it was a huge, huge druggy state. But I was so sketched out by the druggy people that I never really searched out for drugs. So I stay sober in New Jersey. So it worked for me. I mean, however, I did come across a lot of potheads and came across multiple opportunities for different connects. Pot. That I'm like a true pothead. I always find weed connects. Even when it's like recreationally legal, I'll still have a weed connect or two. Just because that's what addicts do. They always need to have different plan Bs and plan Cs so they can stay high no matter what. And thank God for weed maps. Thank God for weed maps because of that. So boys and girls, stay off dope. Don't let your family ostracize you and isolate you to the point where you feel like that you have to go towards the fringes of society and isolate yourself from your family and whatnot because of what their problem is. Just do you. And try your best. Try your best to walk softly. Carry a big knife to cut people that get in your way. All business is warfare, and you need to expect any type of business transaction that is legal or illegal to be ugly and unfair. Never stop drinking water. It's so hard to stay hydrated, especially in the winter when it's cold. And don't smoke weed every day. Just do it like 6.5 times a day. Like 6.5 times a week. Or like 6.5. What I'm trying to say is smoke all the time. Just take like 12-hour break. Get your mind back focused. You don't want to just be in lazy weed mode all the time. So I'm going to shut this off before 20 minutes. And say adios to my followers for a minute. I'll probably just talk about popular topics and other shit. Bye.